So, this is going to be my first video on the channel, and basically it's just kind of a introductory video, kind of go over what I'm planning to speak about on the channel, my goals, dreams, a little bit about me, things like that. And so to jump into it, I've named the channel Rebuking Satan. I plan to focus on how we can rebuke Satan in our daily lives and how Christianity and a lot of Christian circles have fallen victim to the devil in ways that are for example, here is the saying that seems quite common about all sin being equal in the eyes of God, when Scripture has multiple instances that show us where God punishes certain sins more than others. So it's biblically not a sound argument, but it's a cultural argument that's kind of made its way into cultural and social argument that's kind of made its way into Christian circles on that front, because there's just a lot of it that I've been seeing lately, and I try to, kind of point it out when I see it to let people know that that's the devil at work, that we need to rebuke that type of thinking because it's just not true. And other things like acceptance of LGBT into the church, it's like, yes, you need to accept and love people, that's what Christ tells us to do, but that doesn't mean that you condone people living in sin without kind of pushing back against that, or trying to bring them into the light, but to not condone that behavior. So those are kind of some topics that are of big interest to me that I plan to talk about a lot on the channel. And then a little bit of background on me is I'm 31, almost 32. I grew up in the Pacific Northwest. I'm now on the beautiful island of Kauai. Been kind of trying to get established here, setting up work. There's a lot of opportunity, but it's been a struggle kind of getting established to begin with. I just kind of drive a beater around, do deliveries in between stuff to just kind of get things going. And there's just something here that I've been pushed to do, that God's calling me here to do. And so I'm just kind of, struggling with it and pushing through until, he puts me on that path, or, he's already put me on that path, but until the next steps kind of formalize themselves. So more details. I'm married. I have a beautiful wife. She is such a lovely person. She's as close as you can get to an angel on earth, basically. And we kind of want to come out here, build our life, build a Christian community. And I feel like that's kind of what God's pushing me towards, is to try to be more of a spiritual leader in Christian circles, to kind of bring together Christians, especially in this place where there is definitely a heavy influence of spiritual warfare going on. A lot of kind of occult type stuff, a lot of new age kind of stuff that doesn't align with God. And to be in such a beautiful place that everywhere you look, you can feel and just see the presence of God and his creation here. And so it's something that I feel he wants us to kind of push back against out here. And so my eventual, goal for us is to be able to kind of get some property and be able to build. I'll do a lot of the building. My background is in construction for over 15 years, basically. So I can do all the building myself. I also have some agricultural background, some background with permaculture, stuff like that. And so we want to kind of create like a place where people can come as like a retreat and learn biblically about Christ with the Bible, studying the Bible, and really kind of breaking that down in how we can be biblical Christians, not just, whatever the societal norms or cultural pressures are, but what the word actually tells us. And then to be able to have this kind of facility where we can operate it like, doing some farming, doing some permaculture. People can come, kind of gain those skills, learn how to live off the land, learn those kind of important techniques, and then to also be able to move on from there and establish themselves here if that's what they want, or even to just, kind of be able to come here and have a place to stay for a little while and experience the island and what we have going on here. And then the next, kind of step to that is to be able to take what we produce, mostly, produce enough for ourselves and those who come to stay, but also to produce enough to put back into the local community as well, and how we can help to combat different, food issues and crises, especially like also housing is a big crisis here. So it would be a way to kind of allow Christians to kind of have a transitional place where they can kind of transition into being here and not have to worry about, oh, do I need to go pitch a tent on the beach or permits and all the whole rigmarole that goes with that. And so I guess, that's kind of a bit of the nitty gritty on it all, and a little bit about me, what I plan to do with the channel, and kind of where I'm trying to go with all of this.